When you look at a political map, there are these sharp, distinct lines between countries, right? Like, it's super clean. You were either here or you were there.
Yeah, it's very binary.
Exactly. But if you pull up a satellite image, those lines just vanish completely. The Earth is just this one continuous blended landscape. So welcome to today's deep dive.
Right. And our mission today is to unpack Mohammed Alamassi's book, Diatheonosis, exploring this, well, pretty radical premise that the cosmos and the mind are basically woven from a single fabric.
Yeah, and why you should care is, I mean, if you've ever felt bogged down by the whole mind-body problem or, wondered what people actually mean by subtle energy.
Oh, yeah, the bad energy thing.
Right. This deep dive offers a shortcut to a massive aha moment without, overwhelming you with all the academic jargon.
Absolutely. So we naturally navigate the world using what Alamassi calls thing language. We view reality as this collection of discrete sealed objects.
Like, here's my coffee cup, here's my hand, here's my mind.
Right. But he argues this creates false mysteries. Like, if a thought is totally immaterial, how does it tell your physical arm to move? Physics moved from isolated particles to quantum field theory a century ago. And Alamassi is saying we must view everyday reality the same way as one continuous existence field.
Okay, let's unpack this because I want to make sure I get it. Is our obsession with things like assuming a hurricane is a solid object when really it's just a self-organizing pattern of winds.
Right. Yes. And what's fascinating here is how this framing completely dissolves the classic divide between mind and matter.
Because they aren't totally different substances crashing into each other anymore.
Exactly. They are just different patterns happening in the exact same underlying medium. Because there are no separate things, the apparent difference between physical matter and the mind is simply a difference in density.
Wait, density? Like how densely packed the field is?
Right. The physical world is just at a highly constrained, really high density regime of the field, while the psychological or subtle levels are just much more plastic, lower density.
Oh, wow. So it's literally like ice versus steam. It's the same water, just behaving totally differently.
That is a perfect way to picture it. And this gracefully solves the energy problem. So-called cosmic or subtle energy isn't a mystical fluid we absorb like sponges.
Right, like they aren't leaking an invisible toxin. So what does this all mean for daily life? Like when someone gives off bad energy in a meeting, they aren't actually leaking fluid.
No, not at all. They're just shifting the structural tension of our shared field. It's a phenomenological signature of the field reconfiguring itself.
It's like being on a trampoline, right? Like if someone starts jumping erratically, you immediately feel the surface beneath you warp and change.
Yeah, exactly. You feel the shift in the continuous field you both share.
That makes total sense.
Yeah.
But here's where it gets really interesting for me. If we aren't solid things and we're on the same trampoline, how do we exist as individuals? Why don't I just smear out into the background?
Well, Alamassi models conscious entities as vortices or curvatures within this field.
Like a whirlpool in a river. It maintains a shape, even though it's just made of the exact same water.
Right. And crucially, the core of this individual vortex is will. Will acts as the organizing center that keeps our pattern coherent rather than just passively flowing.
Wait, really? So my will is essentially the anchor keeping my personal whirlpool from dissolving back into the ocean.
Yes. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, it means our individual boundaries are gradients, not concrete walls.
So your edges are soft.
Exactly. And because they're continuous with the field around you, it allows for deep resonance with others. You are distinct, but you're never totally isolated.
I love that. So to wrap this up, you are not a sealed container. You are a dynamic, organized pattern of will in a unified field.
A curvature of existence itself.
Right. Which leaves you with a really provocative thought to mull over today. If your personal boundaries are simply gradients in a continuous medium, just like that map without the borders we talked about, where do you actually end, and where does the rest of the universe begin?